In this episode of Earthspective, we'll take a journey through a quantum-powered city of the future. We'll explore how this breakthrough could transform how we move, how we build, and how we keep our communities safe. From predicting disasters to inventing entirely new building materials, quantum computing could become the invisible architecture holding our cities together. Let's step into the future and see what's possible. Enhanced emergency and disaster response. When danger strikes, every second matters. And yet, in most cities today, disaster response is still largely reactive. We wait for the storm to arrive, the fire to spread, the ground to shake, and then we respond. Quantum computing changes that equation entirely. Its strength lies in processing staggering numbers of variables at once. Weather data, satellite imagery, real-time traffic conditions, hospital capacities, even the availability of rescue boats, all can be computed simultaneously, producing the most effective plan in seconds. Imagine a hurricane forming hundreds of miles away. The city's quantum system runs millions of storm path simulations instantly, identifying not just where the storm is most likely to hit, but exactly which neighborhoods to evacuate first, which roads to keep open, and where to stage medical supplies. It's not about being fast, it's about being faster than the crises itself. In the quantum city, preparation isn't just a plan, it's a living, breathing defense system. Traffic flow and transportation optimization. If you live in a city, you know this pain. Traffic that stretches for miles, a commute that eats hours from your life every week. Today's smart traffic systems help, but they're still bound by classical computing limits. A quantum-powered traffic network could model every street, every intersection, every moving vehicle at once. It wouldn't just react to congestion, it would prevent it. Volkswagen has already tested a quantum routing system in Lisbon. The results? Dramatically reduced travel times for participating vehicles. Now, scale that up to an entire city. Public buses, freight trucks, emergency vehicles, even bike share systems, all connected in one instantaneously optimized flow. It's the end of the traffic jam as we know it, and the start of truly seamless urban movement. Energy grid efficiency and renewable integration. The future city will run on renewable energy, but the wind doesn't always blow, and the sun doesn't always shine. Right now, balancing an energy grid is like juggling while blindfolded. Operators guess where demand will spike and where generation will drop. A quantum grid removes the guesswork. It can predict fluctuations in renewable energy production hours, even days in advance, and instantly reroute power to match. That means fewer blackouts, less wasted energy, and a much smoother transition to clean power sources. In a quantum-powered city, your lights don't just stay on. They glow with the confidence of a system that knows exactly what's coming next. Waste, water, and resource management. Cities are like living organisms, and waste, water, and recycling systems are their circulatory system. When they clog, the whole body suffers. Quantum-enhanced logistics can map out the most efficient garbage collection routes in real time, adjusting for traffic, weather, and even daily waste volume patterns. Recycling centers can sort and process materials more efficiently with predictive quantum algorithms. And water? Smart sensors feeding into quantum models could detect tiny leaks underground long before they cause sinkholes or waste millions of gallons. In drought-prone regions, that difference is life-changing. It's sustainability at maximum precision, keeping the city clean, hydrated, and resilient. Quantum sensing and infrastructure monitoring. We trust our cities to hold us up. Bridges, skyscrapers, subways, pipelines. But every structure has a lifespan. Quantum sensors can detect the smallest vibrations, stress points, or temperature changes, the earliest signs of wear that even the best human inspectors might miss. A bridge in a quantum city could alert engineers years before a crack becomes dangerous. A pipeline could signal the first molecule of a leak. Even air quality could be monitored at a resolution never before possible. It's a city that listens to itself and acts before failure ever occurs. Urban planning and digital twins. Before the first brick is laid, tomorrow's cities could already exist in the form of ultra-realistic, quantum-powered digital twins. These living simulations could test how a new subway line changes traffic, how a new park cools surrounding temperatures, or how a 100-year flood would move through the streets. Every factor, from sunlight angles to pedestrian foot traffic, modeled and optimized before construction begins. And beyond infrastructure, digital twins could even simulate human behavior, how different neighborhoods interact, how businesses might cluster, and how cultural or economic shifts ripple through the city. It means we don't just build cities that look efficient on paper. We build cities that actually work for the people who live in them. Materials innovation for sustainability. Every city is made of materials: steel, glass, concrete. And every one of them could be reinvented with quantum computing. By simulating molecular interactions with unprecedented accuracy, quantum systems can design new materials that are stronger, lighter, and more sustainable. Imagine concrete that absorbs carbon from the atmosphere, glass that generates electricity, or batteries small enough to fit into building panels, but powerful enough to store days of energy. These breakthroughs wouldn't just reduce emissions during construction, they could transform every building into a miniature power plant, every bridge into a carbon sink, every road into part of the energy grid. In other words, cities themselves could become active participants in healing the planet. Cybersecurity and quantum resilient networks. The more connected our cities become, the more vulnerable they are to cyber attacks. And here's the paradox. Quantum computing could crack today's encryption methods, but it could also create security no hacker could break. Through quantum key distribution, communication lines between hospitals, power plants, and transit systems could be locked so tightly that even a quantum computer couldn't break in. And the implications go beyond safety. It means citizens could trust digital systems with their medical records, financial transactions, even voting data. In a city where so much depends on invisible streams of information, that kind of trust could be the foundation of civic life itself. Economic and innovation hubs. Some cities are already preparing. Chicago, Tokyo, and Brisbane are investing heavily in quantum infrastructure, building labs, training specialists, and attracting tech giants. These early adopters could become magnets for talent and investment, reshaping their economies for decades to come. For the people who live there, that means better jobs, stronger economies, and a front row seat to the most transformative technology of the century. But there's also a race element at play. The cities that hesitate may find themselves dependent on those that moved first, just as industrial power once reshaped global hierarchies. Quantum cities won't just be advanced, they'll be powerful, setting the pace for how the rest of the world adapts. Quantum computing isn't just another step forward in technology. It's a leap. It can take the chaos of a modern city, the noise, the motion, the complexity, and turn it into harmony. But like all powerful tools, its impact depends on how we use it. A quantum city could be fair, green, and safe, or it could widen the gap between those who have access and those who don't. The decisions we make now will shape which future we walk into. The quantum revolution is coming. Quietly, invisibly, but inevitably. It could be the unseen force that keeps our streets moving, our lights on, our water flowing, and our communities safe. The cities that prepare for it will lead the next century. Thanks for joining me on Earthspective. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because the future is closer than you think.